Here we have a new 2023 Hyundai Sonata. This one comes in the SEL trim level in portofino gray. And then we have gray leatherette with microfiber interior. And our powertrain consists of a 1.6 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission. And coming around to the front end here, we get LED headlamps, LED daytime running lights. And the running lights don't flash like that. That's just how my camera's picking it up. Nice styling though for the SEL Plus. Don't see any black plastic, just all gloss black and gray. Really like that. And then we do get these beautiful 19-inch premium wheels. Then we get passive keyless entry on the front doors. We do get a Bose sound system. We get power one-touch up and down windows for the front, and then regular power windows for the back. Rear window lock is here. Power door lock controls here. Power mirror controls are here. You just pick a side and then just adjust any way you want to. And then here's the grab handle here, which I like how they do these in some of the Hyundais. Bottle holders here. Decent size map pocket. And then we're gonna pop the trunk. Go ahead and pop the hood. We have an electronic parking brake, pull up to engage. Hit the brake, press down to disengage. And here's our power driver seat with power lumbar support. So I have the seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3", longer legs. We're gonna take a look at that leg room in a minute. But a quick look at the window sticker, and huge shout out to Hyundai of Cool Springs for allowing me to review this vehicle today. I'll leave a link below in the description for this car, as well as their full inventory. There's a sticker price there, $33,505. Let's go ahead and hop in the back seat here. So great leg room. Like I said, that seat up front is adjusted for someone of my size. And then me back behind that seat, knees are not touching the back at all when I'm sitting all the way back here. So pretty nice. Now with the panoramic sunroof, I only have about an inch or so of headroom, but still good enough for me, not touching it at all. Rear AC vents, and then USB-A charge port down there. We'll open this roof after a while when we get back to the front. Center seat folds down, cup holders there. And then grab handle, probably hold 2 hooks on that hook there. And then premium dome lights back here. Let's go ahead and check out the trunk space. Fuel cap here. It's a pretty decent sized trunk space for the segment. We're gonna fold that seat down so you can see how much more space you get. Underneath here, it's gonna be your spare tire and jack. And like I said, just tons of room there. We'll close this. Take a quick look at the back end there. So we also get that LED signature light, and they don't flash again, it's just how the camera's picking it up. But taking a look underneath the vehicle, there's your exhaust tip there. And I like how they went with like a slight diffuser look here. Makes it look really sporty. And then I pulled that lever in the trunk, and you can run longer objects through there all the way to the front. And then you can just snap it back into place. And a seat back pocket behind on the passenger side. And then we do get a 6-way manual seat for the front passenger side. Glove compartment, owner's manuals in there. Really nice size. It's a pretty huge glove compartment for this segment. And then we have a side pocket there as well. But overall, in terms of the amenities you get with the Sonata, so far, pretty impressed. There's that 1.6 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. And now we're going to go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So leather wrap steering wheel here, pretty nice. I'm going to lower the seat a little bit. I had it up a little high, but still have about an inch to a headroom up here with the sunroof, and then plenty of space underneath the steering wheel, and the seat's wide enough for my wider stature. But to the radio here, we do get AM, FM, and XM radio. And this is going to be a 10.25-inch screen. So those are those bands there. You also get Bluetooth audio, and then Apple CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility. There's a navigation screen there. Hit the little magnifying glass, type in where you want to go or whatever. That's pretty much everything you'd need for that. You hit, I like that we have the shortcuts here. You can hit media and then just whatever you have connected, you can click on that. So whether it's just your Bluetooth, USB, or the radio, whatever, you can just hit the button. Like my CarPlay is hooked up, I can just hit that and go straight to it. There's a backup camera there. Guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel. And then favorites button here, so you can set that up in the screen. And then I'll go through the settings real quick. So vehicle settings will be in here. You can customize all that as you see fit. And down here, hazards, AC vents, dual zone automatic climate control. And with the automatic mode, you do get 3 different modes. You can have the fan speed high, medium, or low, which I always like having. We can sync that there and unsync by hitting the button. And then with the auto mode, to adjust, to get out of there, you just adjust the fan speed here. Then you get 3-stage heated seats. And then fan direction you can toggle here, and you can go back and forth. I like that we can go either way here. And then down here, wireless charging pad. We have a USB-A input, and you can run your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto through there. Then a second input for charging, 12 volt. And then the wireless charging pad indicator is here. And then to shift the 8-speed, press P for park, R for reverse, N for neutral, D for drive. And while on drive, to set the paddle shifters on, you can just shift through that, and I'll show you how those work during the test drive. And drive modes are here. Go between custom, sport, normal, and smart. And I think, yeah, it shows you right there on the bottom right hand side. And automatic brake holds here. Cup holders there. Center console cubby space, pretty good size. And up here, dome lights. And then here's our one-touch sliding sunroof. We can do that open and close. And then you can also tilt that as well. Here's a view of the back seat from up here. Now back to the steering wheel. Voice recognition controls are here, Bluetooth controls here, and then you can go through this mode, and this will toggle you through whatever you have set up. So if you want to have CarPlay or Android Auto, go to phone projection, Bluetooth, and you just hit that to toggle between whatever you want to have set up. And then you use these. This knob here is for volume. You can hit that for mute, and then go up there, and then you can go through your track list or radio station presets there. And then right side of the steering wheel, lane centering. There's the gap adjust for your smart cruise there, and then you can do all of that there and toggle through your gauge cluster using this little arrow, and then change submenus here. Blinker there, headlights there, high beams there, turn them off there, and then in auto mode, that turns your auto high beams on. And then right side of the steering wheel, windshield wiper controls, one time, intermittent, low, high, and then you can set your intermittent here, and then pull up here for front wiper fluid. That's that, I think it's a 12.3-inch LCD screen or LED screen. And there's your push button start. And here is the key fob with remote start. So now we're going to take this 1.6 liter turbocharged Sonata SEL Plus out on the road for a test drive. So I can already tell the 1.6 turbo is a pretty peppy engine for this car, which I'm surprised by. Just coming out of that corner there, I could feel the pull of the engine a lot better than I do with the 2.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder that comes standard. this is a fun car to drive. I can already tell you that now. It has a really sport tuned feel to it. And this is only in normal mode. But even with the bigger 19s, not terrible road noise. Of course, I can hear the tires just a little bit more than I can on the smaller wheels that are available. But nothing bothersome at all. And wind noise is pretty good in here as well so far. But overall, driving dynamics, really nice. Super, super comfortable steering on the steering wheel. Or comfortable feeling on the steering wheel, excuse me. So we're gonna put it into sport mode now, and then turn the paddle shifters on. And if you ever wanna turn those off while driving, you just hold that right paddle and it'll put you back into automatic mode. But it just feels so strong out of corners. So I'm gonna give it a downshift here, and just super snappy. And the 8-speeds on the Hyundais I love so much because it's just quick to shift. Look at this. So the acceleration is superb in these, it really is. But I have the smart cruise on, lane centering on. I'm gonna take it out of sport mode, it's getting a little happy there. We're gonna put it in a smart. And I didn't have the lane centering on, I have it on now. So it does get a little confused getting off this exit here for whatever reason, but 98% of the time this lane centering is pretty phenomenal. But ride pretty decent coming down the interstate there for that 3/4 of a mile or so. Now this is on the more expensive side of the Sonata lineup, but you get so much with it. This one in particular, having the 1.6 liter turbo 4, I highly recommend. Because it feels more powerful and you're not really suffering fuel economy. Now compared to the 1.5 turbo you get in the Accord, this definitely feels quite a bit faster. Now this is supposed to be the more sportier engine choice out of the Sonatas anyway, but compared to that 1.5 in the Accord, and even the 2, what is that? I think it's a 2.5 in the Camry, this just drives so much better than both of those. And the turbo feel is the big reason. Whenever you put your foot down in, I can feel the turbo spooling up. I don't feel like I have to get to a certain point for it to actually do its thing. It does it pretty much most of the time. And like I said, with it being on the pricier side, that's one issue, but like I said, you also get a lot with that as well in terms of options. But the Accord and the Camry, similarly spec'd out, might be a tad cheaper. But all in all, great choice in my opinion. Driving dynamics are very, very good. And that's probably the best part about this car, and it was a pretty good car to start with. So this will bring me to the end of my review of the new 2023 Hyundai Sonata, and this one is in the SEL Plus trim level.